Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Matt Capper. This is another video on Watcher of Realms. Today we're going to run Semrah. We're going to run the Guild Boss 2 Stage 2, which I currently hit a 50k chest. I'm going to show you my run. I'm going to elicit feedback. I'm going to discuss my gear, discuss my champions, how I put down the build. We'll take a brief look at the run. After you see it, I'll speed it up. Then I'll just go over some pinpoints of where the run kind of starts to fall apart. And then we'll go through all the champions, maybe make some changes on the fly. Then I want to get your ideas. I want to elicit your thoughts in the comments down below. Or if you want, you can get a hold of me on Discord. And let me know kind of what you think I can do to improve the team. And then we're going to rerun this on the weekend and see if we can't hit that 80k on Semrah GB2. So let me know. Without further ado, here it is. It is Semrah, the ugly, angry, 80k denying. I don't even know. Let's get on it. So let's go over this run. This is kind of my benchmark. This is the team that I have, how I have them built, and this is kind of where I get to every time. There's going to be some obvious places for improvement. Can I make 80k pre-Lucius? What will happen is when Lucius is ready to, when his forerunner him comes to global him, and assuming it doesn't get nerfed or anything, we'll probably move Valeria out and put in Lucius. Though I do really like Valeria. Yeah, I'd have to do that because I really want that damage from Zilla 2. I guess technically, let me know in the comments down below. Remove Zilla 2 for Lucius or remove Valeria for Lucius. I know you want to say Helga, but she helps the stuns. So she's got really consistent stuns, and her and Twin Fiend are really where this is at. So my goal here is just kind of self-critique, talk about what is. I'm not going to save the key because maybe I can get this to 80k, and that'll be, you know, maybe a video at the end of the week. On Sunday, I'll show you kind of where did we improve. Here's what I did on that one. You compare the two runs. That might be a useful thing. So we're not going to save this, but we are going to look at the damages here. As expected, my two wonderful arbiters are hitting the hardest. And see, again, Zilla 2's hitting 104k. I'd really be scared to remove her. Interestingly enough, Hex, who hits for 3 billion K on Guild Boss 1, is not as high as Zilla 2 on this one. And so maybe that's one area we need to look at his gear and improve. Clearly, based looking on this, Valeria, I do like the fact that she gets one. She gives a 1 for Constance. She brings Constance back to life once. That gives me 1 life. Maybe what we do is when we run it, if we find that Constance is still an issue, and we'll talk about her in a minute, then maybe we'll look at improving Valeria, or you know, maybe we'll look at Valeria over Zilla 2 because a full extra round might be better than the extra damage we're getting. So that's some thoughts. Twin Fiend, he doesn't, all of his damage isn't his own. It's kind of the combination. So it's hard to say for me whether this is proper. I'll show you his build. His build's kind of leftover, and I didn't steal everyone's gear from everyone, so maybe there's some potential there for damage. Definitely potential here on Helga. 20 million, is that good? She's there for the stuns primarily, but also for secondary damage. So interesting there. Constance, she dies early, and that's the worst scenario. So I really have to look at her gear and figure out how to make this work. Hopefully while keeping her in inspiration, while also adding enough inspiration. So she's got to have high attack. She's got to have better HP. We'll take a look at her gear. I think Pharisee did exactly what I wanted him to do. He was mitigating damage. Here's another question for you guys. He's adding inspiration. She's adding better inspiration. I'm assuming they don't stack, and I kind of wasn't paying attention to that. So really, I should be using Pharisee, specifically his ultimate, when Hex and Zilla 2, who obviously have slower ults. They have longer ults, but they have slower charge. So maybe I'll save his for them when they're not in the same time as Constance. I'll have to take a look at attacks, because then I have to make sure. See, the problem is he puts it on the 3 highest attack, and that's going to be Praetus right now. And it may even be, we'll take a look, but I'm sure we can kind of massage that a bit to give maybe him the 3rd highest attack, or maybe he's the highest attack and I just have to be okay with that. But I can get Zilla 2 and Hex as number 2 and 3, so that those two are receiving the bonus from Pharisee on the opposite of Constance. Alternatively, I don't know if this is the right answer, but alternatively we could use Alistair and Praetus with Pharisee's inspiration, and then save Constance's inspiration for the rest of the team. I don't know. Well, let me know. Comments. This is a comment. This is a dialogue, one could say. And then finally, Elowen. Elowen was doing fine. She could use a little bit more rage. I was having to wait a little bit on her during the Venom. There was like a 5% difference. Maybe I can get a little bit more rage on her. So Now that you've seen the damage, we didn't save this one. Probably a mistake. I'll probably not get that the next time I do it. But let's take a look at the team, and then we'll talk about, we'll take a look at the run first. Why don't we do that? And I'll just kind of go through the run briefly. We have obviously the teams here. Maybe I'll make myself a little bit smaller. I mean, geez, how bad can it get? So obviously we have the Arbiters and the Infernal. I do have a Nightmare team. I feel my Infernal team is better because I feel like there's more consistent stuns out of Twin Fiend than Torador. Though I do have an A2 Torador. This is an A5 Twin Fiend. So it's pretty stupid. It's pretty stupid not to go with them. So I think everything goes fine for the most part here. But I think right about here is where we can see, maybe is in that 40s, right? Yeah. So you can see here, she's still doing okay getting with those hits. But why is it that we lose? See, now here's the thing. We're at 6 shields. So if we're not using Lucius here, and that's what happens, right? We just take so much damage. We're so close, but we've taken so much damage that we can't possibly survive that one. We do survive that. And actually, she can't survive it either. But that's where our Valeria came in. Oh, sorry. I see. Yeah. Valkyra. I keep wanting to call her Valeria. I apologize. Valkyra comes in so handy because she gets that kind of get out of jail free. But I'd like to use that one further, which I think would get me to 80k. So that's kind of the thought here. And I think here's where a perfect example where you see... Now, we can get through this without Twin Fiend, so that's not the worst loss ever because Twin Fiend is really most important during the sword and also his damage during the shield version. I don't know what else we're calling him. I'll call him the sword, the shield, and the poison. And there you see there was a slight delay on the... there's not a delay on the first one. The first one's pretty decent. But as we get through, like here, we're at 15% poison. And we just, now we get it. That's okay. But I feel like if we could time that like a few seconds earlier. No, that was actually pretty good. That's pretty good. I think I'm splitting hairs. Now you see, she just can't, we don't have Constance taking that hit, and losing Praetus loses a ton of damage. But we're already over that 50k. So at this point, I know I'm not getting to 70 or to 80k just yet. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Those are my hits. Always eke out more damage. Constance needs more survivability while not losing that inspiration, because that inspiration's big on the damage. I think timing Fercy, which means building the team specifically to make sure that the 3 that I most use with Constance that are in the same timing, which is Alistair, Constance, and Praetus, are all kind of in the same timing. So how can I make sure that my Fercy inspiration is being either given to maybe Hex and Zillitu, or even Valkyra, not Valeria, Valkyra, the proper name. And of course you can see here, like, I'm at 82. The acidic venom's coming. No, I think it's right. It's right there. I think I'm okay. Actually, okay. I could use a little bit extra rage regen, but I'm not so much that I'm that worried about it. Like, what would I give up for it is kind of the question. Anyway, so that's enough. We're good there. Let's get rid of that now. Let's take a look at the team builds, and we'll discuss kind of where we think there can be some improvement. So Valkyra is probably the most disposable. She's obviously very good, but in this particular case, I mean, she's got the damages. She's got 16k attack. She's got 335 crit damage at 367 speed, and she's really kind of the lowest of the main damage dealers. So that's her primary job. So obviously, she for Lucius would probably be my hit. I might even do that beforehand. But then Lucius, I have to rebuild him. So we'll talk about Lucius after. So I know I didn't rebuild Hex from my team with Guild Boss, and I think he needs to be over 16k. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think 16k is where he needs to be to up his damage to the next level. I think maybe that would help. We can probably give a little bit of crit damage up for that 16k. So I think this is an easy fix, except I don't have a whole lot of Ageless Wrath. And I use Ageless Wrath on him because he's a slower alt. Though, and I've never been able to confirm this, is Soulbound Arcana broken so that it charges up everyone when anyone uses an alt? Or is it specifically to the champion when the champion uses the alt, which is how it reads? But I would think that crit damage plus 30 and then up to crit damage plus 60, I think is a very strong... And that can even lend to me giving up some crit damage. But do I have... And I'm not going to build it today because then I don't want to break every single... But I can probably take this out... The only one I have is a speed. I mean, speed's not bad for him. We gain a little more attack. We lose a lot of crit damage. But I don't know if that's enough attack to get him to 16k either. And I lose some HP, and I think that HP is important for the later rounds. Oh, do we switch him to like Infernal Roar, which just gives him basic attack damage of 40%? Oh. I think I prefer the 60% crit damage. Do I not? Let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, that's really, and that's probably why. So the other thing is, if we can't get the 16 that way, because if we look at this, oh, there's one. No, that's not the one I need. It's the middle. Yeah, I literally don't have an attack Ageless Wrath. So the other question is, and those are both going to be attack. The other question is, do I have better? 26%, almost a gold. 20. Here's where we might be able to, how much can we make up? And he's got crit damage on this, not speed, which is why I use it. Let's see if we can make this happen. Crit rate, attack damage. Who cares on the third? 23 from 20. That's really not a lot. What about one of these? That's 5%. 21. I don't want to try it just yet. This is actually probably the best swap over. What's this one? No. What's this one? No. Okay. I know I have one that just gives attack, I thought. Here, let's filter. Oh, of course. It's still a little clunky, this so we want attack, crit rate. I don't care about the third just yet. Is that the one? Oh no, I don't want that deployment time one. That one's the devil. I have deployment and I have two of them that are attack. And I think that one is basically the same unit. It gives me a little more crit rate. Whoopee. Gives me a little bit more attack, but then it gives me that when deployed increases attack by 5%. There's a third one. I thought I had one that just added attack. I guess not, hey? I'm just dreaming that. So the thing is, when I do that, that's not actually going to show here because it's post deployment. Is there one? Maybe we can get a flat attack. Like, is there? What do we got here? Ageless Wrath, crit damage, attack. Well, I can give up that. Is that better crit damage? No, that's attack speed, healing effect, trash. Crit damage, attack speed, HP bonus. So the attack speed is lower. The crit damage is higher. The crit rate's higher, which we don't need. But we got this HP bonus instead of flat HP. Nothing. And if we look here, we get way more. So we can drop the crit rate. The crit damage is way better. Yeah, this one's way better. Replace. That gives me way more attack speed. All right. Okay, well that's him for now. I don't know if what's 5% of 15,000 is 15 at 750. So we're not quite getting to that 16k. We'll just have to keep watching out. I would ultimately, if I can get an Ageless Wrath attack with this, then I can swap that out in this particular case. I can give up some of that crit damage, but we did technically improve him because I don't think there was anything better here. Did we even look? I don't even remember if we even looked. And I keep doing that. That's wonderful. I love doing that. Let's see. Warlord. We want attack versus crit rate. Ooh, I lose crit damage. I lose the HP bonus for healing effect. And that one's objectively worse. But it's only 0.5. It's literally only 0.5. So my best, no, that's not where. Let's keep that there. So now we have, he's not being used. We have, this is Twin Fiend. This is the first one. I don't know. I feel like we probably need to get him more HP because he was the first one to die. So if we can get him a little more HP, his attack is fine. We could actually dial that down a bit. I mean, he doesn't do a ton of damage on his own. It's about his ult, and it's about the shared. So he's helping everyone else or the other Infernals damage as well, right? But I think we probably need to sacrifice some of his damage, which won't be a sacrifice at all, for HP. Now the question is, I've been starting to save them. Do we have... And he could probably be in Soulbound Arcana, but I could do something like this. Attack bonus, really the same. No crit rate though, so he doesn't get crit capped. This has crit rate. This has crit rate, but we lose too much. Okay, so that was just a crazy dream. That was a fever dream, I think. Let's go attack or crit damage with a secondary of HP and crit rate. Nothing. There's nothing with a secondary of HP. We lose attack speed, but we lose crit damage. We lose crit rate, but not too much. But I think we're good there. I think I want to add, although that really didn't add that much. 22.8. What artifacts he got? He's got a maxed out. Is that really the best one for him? Well, it doesn't matter. We're talking about HP here. So okay, let me know. Twin Fiend, should I be going with more? Because the other thing I could do is I could drop him out of this gear into a kind of hybrid set with like this here type of thing, where we can get a little bit of HP on the set bonus. I think that's what I want to do actually. Rather than this, which one did I end up replacing? Was it this one? Yeah. Rather than that, which didn't gain me a whole lot, what if we do this? Immortal Warrior, but all the same. Yeah, I'm taking away from... Again, I feel like he doesn't have to have that same level of damage, right? There we go. 27. That makes me feel better. He lost a lot of speed. Maybe that's a problem. But he's still critting. He's still got enough attack. Let me know. Okay, so there's Twin Fiend. Alistair is at... See, here's the problem. Alistair's at 19.4. And I honestly can guarantee you, yeah, she's not going to be 19.4. 17.6. I could maybe get her. So is that... Let me know in these comments. And then when I run this again at the end of the week, we'll decide what makes more sense. We're looking at... Should I increase Zilla her attack to be higher than Alistair so that she can get the Pharisee inspiration? Because right now it's going to be Zilla and you see Praetus here. We'll look at him, right? 23,175. It's not even going to be close. He's built all attack for that reason. But that's his deal. Oh, that's the one that's got 300 attack. It's a base one. So we might be able to steal that, swap it out with our boy... Hex. Anyway, I digress. And so we already... Oh, I should probably put something back on her. We're sitting here just stealing weapons left, right, and center. There should be... Ooh, 99.5. I didn't see that. I hate not crit capping in these sort of fights. So we'll do that. But she's probably going to be replaced. So the last ones I have that we want to take a look at. Because I think Elowen, yeah, she's got 55% rage. She's got 10k extra. So if we look at her total attributes, she's got 18k attack with 33 HP, 33k, so she's survivable. Her attack speed's a little bit left to be desired, but my inspiration sets are also still work in progress. 164 healing effect, 55.5% rage regen. I mean, the best thing is if I could have a what is it called, a mana set or whatever the one is, where I could improve the auto, then that would probably be the best for her. I don't have that set. I really haven't been building for that set. So that's something I'll look for because this, sure, it gives the 10% HP, not a big deal. That healing effect 20, she's at 164. She don't need it. She's fine at about 100, especially fine at 140. So I got to look for a mana set with healing attributes. So we need attack, we need HP, we need healing effect. Okay. So that's a future thing. And Pharisee was fine too. Again, I don't necessarily see anything Pharisee was having issues with. I think he's an inspiration set. He's survivable. He's got pretty freaking good attack, 19.4. So his inspiration's doing what it can do. So our last two, the first one, where are you, Constance? Oh, let's talk about Helga. Helga's kind of like... her gear is kind of what's left. So this is one I could definitely eke out more damage. Is it worth it? Is she really going to do more damage? Because I have her to make sure she's survivable first. She's still got 17.9 attack. She's got pretty decent attack speed. She's crit cap, 230 crit damage. Her rage regen, if I could get some more to ring around, I also could probably skill her up. But honestly, probably not going to. So, and she gets the specialized attack speed. I don't know. Let me, again, is there a stun chance? No, that's strict damage. So during the ultimate, every 8 times of damage dealt, the same target inflicts stun. So that's just this. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get it into here. Because the skill cost is not really a big deal. It would help me get to it sooner, but I'm not too worried about that. But if we can get that effect duration, and we did. And then we did. There we go. I'm good. So that gives me 3 more seconds to land a stun. Maybe building out for more speed. but I don't think she's gonna be. I don't think she's gonna be the damage I'm looking for. She's not the damage you're looking for. So you know, take that as it were. Now, here's the one that we really need to work on. So I've tried so many different versions. Kind of need her an inspiration set. Obviously, 48, 49, was it 50,000 HP when she's done? 51 is not enough. Now, the first thing I can do is this attack increases by 5. After healing increases rage regen for by 35 for 5 seconds after receiving healing, which she receives. She does get that rage regen. Is that really that important? I could probably promote it too. But do I want the extra rage regen, or do I want to have some extra survivability? I could just put her in like this. But she's not blocking a unit, so she's all that is giving me 1,000 extra health. Not even. So I don't think that's worth it. I think what we should do is promote this. That'll be the first thing to help. I don't see a better piece than that for her. It's in her gear where we're gonna need to, because now, right, we're almost at that. We're just a few hundred away, so we got some more HP there. We also got more attack there. That's giving that increased 5% plus more rage regen, which helps me sync it probably a little bit better. Skills wise, healing multipliers, not, yeah, all are healing. Inspiration effect plus 5 would be nice, and duration plus 5. Ooh. Any chance we can get lucky again? We already did once. Nope. And the answer is no. You guys are probably thinking, why are you doing that? Don't put crystals into her. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and I'm failing miserably. Well, she's going to be able to heal better. Not really what we were looking for. So we do want to, there's an easy hit, right? We can get a 20-second inspiration, and we can get it for 45%. So that's where we need to go with her to help the whole team. But for gear, we have to tiptoe through this, building her out. An Immortal Warrior would be the first thing. And all I care about is attack, maybe HP. Attack speed? I mean, if I can get it. Not really. not really. Wouldn't that have made for a great video? Okay, get rid of attack speed. What do we got here? Of course, they're all the lowest attack. I mean, I can roll a couple more, but I see this one here. Oh, that hurts. That really hurts. Oh, this got attack plus flat attack. That's really nice. Oh, that's got attack plus flat. I think we'll do this one. That's at 14, so I gave up like 2k attack. But now she's got a full 10k extra survivability. We're going to try that. So there's the team. Let me know in the comments down below any suggestions you have. We'll run this again at the end of the week. I'll post another video about it, and we'll see if we were able to hit that 80k. And then, of course, the last but not least, maybe I do it anyway. We might have to try it with Lucius instead of Valkyra. I think that might be a good option. Now, we'll build him out the same way we're kind of building them all, but he needs rage regen because we need to be able to time his ult to where it can land, so I can get through the cycle, which is like every second shield set, which will hopefully in those the last couple, like if I use it on 2, it'll use it again on 4 and then on 6 or something like that. I'll have to take a look. I haven't really I use Lucius on my team 1 right now, so I haven't really been too worried about the cleanse. I just kind of cleanse when I'm able to. So we'll probably put him in and see if he can't do more damage or equal damage to Valkyria, and have that added ability to be able to cleanse those shields, which will help me on that stage, at least some of the time. So there we go. Those are my thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts, and we'll see you in the next video.